Okay everyone, today is September 6, 2024. This is the series where I go over to r/games to keep you and me updated on everything going on in the world of video games. Let's see what we got today. First post here says Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 credits feature a nice, surprising tribute to John Total Biscuit Bane. I'm not super familiar with this franchise, so I don't know who Total Biscuit is, although that name does kind of sound familiar. This article comes from Tech Raptor, written by Joseph Allen. Saber and Focus's Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 is out now, and if you've already picked it up and played all the way through the credit sequence, you may notice a rather lovely and unexpected tribute nestled there. As spotted by Redditor Tui Canner, the credits feature in memoriam section which pays tribute to John Total Biscuit Bane. The section also seemingly features several other staffers who died during the game's production, including casting and voice director Roman Palmov and technical writer Andrei Kazirev, among others. Just in case you need a reminder, Total Biscuit, also known as the Cynical Brit, I do know the Cynical Brit, was a very well-known figure within the gaming industry. He's perhaps best known for his YouTube channel, where he drew attention to lesser-known indie games and the co-optional podcast in which he served as one of the hosts. I do know the Cynical Brit. I didn't know he passed away. Unfortunately, in 2014, Bane was diagnosed with cancer, undergoing treatment that would ultimately prove unsuccessful. In 2015, Bane's cancer was sadly deemed inoperable, and he was given around 2 to 3 years to live. That prediction sadly proved to be correct. Bane passed away in 2018. He had, at that point, already retired from content creation on YouTube, although he was still hosting the co-optional podcast alongside his wife, Gina. Space Marine 2's mention of Bane in the credits remind us that he's no longer with us, of course, but it also gives us a chance to honor and celebrate his legacy, which includes a 2011 video shining a spotlight on the original Space Marine. I definitely recall the name Cynical Brit. I think I was just watching other channels while his videos were popular. And according to this comment on the Reddit posts by CrazyNose4289, it is because of him that I found Space Marine 1 and got into Warhammer 40k lore. He's also the reason I gave Warframe a try, and it's now one of my most played games ever. Rip the goat. So definitely seems like he played a big role in the world of Warhammer 40k, and it's really nice to see this tribute in their credits. Well, lovely first story to get us started. Let's scroll on down. Concord on Twitter. Concord servers are now offline. Thank you again to all the free gunners who have joined us in the Concord Galaxy. It is September 6th. That is when they announced the servers would be going down. If this is the end of the story, I hope the development company doesn't get shut down so that all the developers are able to keep working. If they do get shut down, I hope they're able to find work elsewhere. But I have high hopes that this game is going to come back with a different model, maybe some new content. Perhaps it's an ongoing story. Perhaps this is the end here. We will see. All right, the next one says Spectre Divide reduces cosmetic skin price from $90 to $70 after backlash. This is an article from Insider Gaming written by Tom Henderson. Spectre Divide, a new free-to-play 3v3 competitive shooter, has reduced its cosmetic skin prices by 17 to 25% following criticism that they are too high. Mountaintop Studios, the development team behind Spectre Divide, announced its plans on Discord yesterday. The announcement read, "First and foremost, my personal apologies for the situation. We've heard the feedback on pricing and we're going to make some big adjustments. Those big adjustments include a 17 to 25% reduction in the prices of weapons and characters across the board." However, Mountaintop Studios has still faced criticism for the move, as its skin prices are still way too high. One bundle, named the Cryokinesis Masterpiece Bundle, will set players back 7,000 Spectre points, equivalent to $70. For that price, for which you can buy a fully fledged AAA title, you get 4 very basic weapon camos and an axe melee weapon, which is still just a cosmetic overhaul to a knife. So here's the bundle here. You can decide for yourself whether you think that's worth $70 or not. I personally am not really big into cosmetics in-game anyway, and I try to focus on whether the game is fun to play or not, and then I decide whether it's worth investing money in based on whether it's fun to play. So I personally probably wouldn't buy this bundle. $70 is a lot. You can buy a full game for that. Does feel a little bit like like the company's trying to nickel and dime their players as much as possible. But you can always decide for yourself. That's always the case with free-to-play games. If you like the bundle and you have the money, then it's your prerogative to buy the bundle. Otherwise, just don't. Just play the game. It's a free game. Scrolling down a little bit, My Time at Evershine is the third My Time game Kickstarter coming soon. This article comes from TechRaptor, written by Joseph Allen. My Time at Sandrock and My Time at Portia developer Pathia Games has revealed My Time at Evershine, the third game in the cozy series of life sims. Right now, we don't know a whole lot about My Time at Evershine. A full reveal is coming later this month when the Kickstarter campaign for the new game goes live. Okay, the Kickstarter isn't even live yet. Okay. We don't have an official date for that game. What we do have, though, is a piece of concept art which you can see above. It depicts what are presumably several of the characters from My Time at Evershine, as well as the game logo, which is consistent with the previous two games in the series. All right, so that is the concept art right there. These are games I've heard of, never played myself. They must have a strong following if we're getting a third game in the series. My Time at Portia was backed on Kickstarter back in 2020. So it seems like this is just common practice for this developer. It's got their other games funded and released, so for those excited about the My Time series, they're getting another game. Scrolling down past an ad here, The Early Days of Valve from A Woman Inside, an article about the development and release of Half-Life from the perspective of the marketing manager. This is an article from Medium written by Monica Harrington. I'm a big fan of Medium and the articles that they're able to release, so I'm gonna have to come back and read this on my own later. If you are interested in video game history such as this, you should give it a read as well. Next up, Alan Wake 2010 will receive an update on September 10th at 11 a.m. UTC. This update removes the song Space Oddity from the game due to changes in licensing. It replaces it with a new original song by Petri Alanco, Strange Moons. Oh, copyright and licensing, they rear their ugly head once again. Seems like it's not really that big a deal, it's just an interesting thing that they have to go back into such an old game and do an update when they probably weren't planning on doing that. Alright, giving a bit of a scroll here. Just a new trailer for Astrobot, where they have actual people in the trailer this time. Next up, we're excited to announce that Street Fighter 6 has sold over 4 million units globally. So I looked it up, that's as of June of last year, so 4 million units in a little over a year. That's great. All right, next up here we have Xbox backwards compatible disk installation has been broken for at least the last few days. Yeah, it looks like people are struggling to download their Xbox 360 games. It's as of the last few days, so I'll have to keep an eye out for any updates from Xbox. Let's keep scrolling. Night Slasher's remake will be available on Steam, GOG, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox starting from September 26th. So we got a remake here releasing at the end of the month. Here's a bit of a trailer going on. Looks like a beat 'em up game. For those looking for a new TMNT style game with updated graphics, this game will be out at the end of the month. All right, we've been hearing a little bit about the Ace Attorney Investigations collection. I think we saw a review thread either yesterday or the day before. Here is the launch trailer for that. Let's give it a watch. I think I've only played one Ace Attorney Investigations game, if I remember correctly. And I love mystery games. I had a lot of fun playing the Ace Attorney games that I've played. It was getting good reviews, so I think I might go back to it. So we have a video here from IGN, more content about Dragon Age the Veilguard. In this video, it's all about the companions and getting to know them, as the title says. One of the big pieces of information I've learned so far is that you level up your companions by getting to know them. Getting to know your companions, as they say, translates to how well you work together as a team. Other than that, this video just introduces you to, I don't know if it's all of the companions, but at least some of them. It gives you a sense of their personality, their goals, as well as their abilities and classes and how they might help you on the battlefield. All right, I've been scrolling for a little while here. I'm surprised I'm already starting to run out of new news, but I did see a trailer here from Ghost Runner 2 Endless Moto Mode launch trailer. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this as I sign off for today. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you are someone who wants to stay up to date on everything going on in the world of video games, please subscribe to my channel. Click the bell to be notified when I upload a new video. I am BTayOkay. This was September 6th, 2024 on r/games. See you tomorrow!